Hi, everybody. My name is Tim Boone. That's my lovely wife, Claire. Uh, been married 20 years. Been through a lot of crazy things. We have three kids. But one of I just want to be able to share just a bit about our story, our adventure, our journey. Back in 2007, I ended up actually starting my own flooring business. And as most of you know, there was a big crash in 2008. And so I ended up putting a lot of time and effort into this business. And yeah, when once 2008 happened, then it just kind of went down. Nobody had money to be able to really kind of put flooring. I mean, I traveled a lot and built up a lot of miles and things like that from actually around the Chicagoland area. I would sometimes go down to Indy, which is like 3 hours away, just to do some jobs and stuff like that. And it was like, it was crazy. Um, and by trying to hold on, just thinking, man, it's going to turn around, it's going to turn around, it's going to turn around. It didn't turn around. And after just kind of accumulating a lot of debt, I just had it out of saying, you know what, I gotta be done. Maybe you guys have experienced that too. I don't know. It was a rough time. We had our firstborn around that time, and yeah, it was rough. Um, so I ended up actually getting out of that business and sold my part just to my other business partner. And I didn't have a job lined up or anything. I was just said, dude, I got to be out. So I ended up actually getting into actually selling floors, um, and was definitely underpaid, and that only lasted for a while. And by being underpaid, then you're still the debt's not getting as big, but it's still there. And so I ended up actually I was able to actually get into a trucking company as the in the maintenance department, doing a lot of big rig tires and alignments and stuff like that. And so when I was doing that, it was basically like we were treading water, you know. Debt was always there, but it was like making minimum payments, and it's like, golly, we're going nowhere, you know. Yeah, I'm making more money, I'm doing better, you know, and throughout the years, okay, I got little raises here and there, and it's like, you know what? It's still not going anywhere. It's like it's frustrating, um, and sometimes it's kind of like you have Ramsey and the financial peace and things like that, and it's like most of the time it's a good idea. I think if you don't have kids, for us ourselves, it was like, you know what, we're not going to sacrifice that. We're not gonna where I'm not gonna be around at all for my kids, and that's where we came up with the opportunity to be able to get in with Young Living, and that's where my wife starts to come in.
So we were sitting in the living room one day, and I clearly remember it was sitting there together. And I mean, by this point, we had a huge amount of debt piled up just from keeping the flooring company and then having to put life on credit cards when he was out of work and then underemployed. And I just literally just had a baby, and so there wasn't any way I could go back to work right away. And so we did all that for about a year, and in that year we accrued just like Tim said, just a huge amount of debt. And so we're sitting in the living room and we're doing what Tim and I do really well together. So he is praying, and I, in the meantime, am bawling my eyes out. Like, how are we ever going to get beyond this? Like, I don't even know what to do about this. And he's like, okay, we need a solution. And you guys, literally within a week, somebody that I barely knew on the internet reached out to me and was like, hey, Claire, I know you're a crunchy mom and I'm making money with Young Living, and I just wonder whether you'd be interested. And I was like, Tim, oh my gosh. So of course, what the guys ask every time, right? He's like, "How much? What's this going to cost us for this business? And how are we going to do this? Because we have no money, and like we don't have extra money." And I told him, I'm like, she's telling me you can get in for less than $200. And we didn't even think about it, right? I mean, Tim
Mm-hmm.
like pulled out the credit card because that's what we had to put it on at the time. He's like, we're not even going to think about it. We'll just put it on the credit card and we are going to work really hard. And so that was in it was in March of 2014. It was like right at the end of March. And so we get this starter kit of oils to our home and we had no idea what to do with them.
No clue.
Oh, no clue. So we were already pretty like crunchy. Like we look at the labels on our food. We'd already started to really not do a whole ton of medication. We were just really conscious of what we were putting in our bodies, but we knew nothing about essential oils. To the point that our son Chase was like 3 at the time, and the thing arrives, and I turn the diffuser on, and he's like, his head goes over the diffuser, and I'm freaking out like, oh my gosh, Tim, there's like hot stuff coming out of here. Like we had literally no idea what to do with these things. And we soon learned there was cold steam coming out of there, and he was in no danger. But the point is that we just didn't know, but we were determined to make this business work. And so in the beginning of April of 2014, we were like, right, we are really gonna do this, and we made a commitment together. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So he went to work every day to a regular 9 to 5, and I would work my business in pockets of time. So I homeschool my kiddos. I homeschool the 2 boys, and then so Gabby came along later, our 3rd child. So I was homeschooling during the day, and then in the afternoons I'd put him down for rest time or nap, and I'd work a little bit, and then at night he would come home, and it'd be like we were like, hey, tag team, you know, and he would like take over with the kids and do all the nighttime stuff, and I would go out, I would teach a class, I would talk to people, I would meet for coffee with people. I did what we had to do, and we made a commitment as a couple that we were going to do this hard and hustle hard for 6 months, and we were going to see what it looked like at the end of 6 months, right? Like that's just what we were going to do. Like,
Yep.
give it 6 months, here we go, here's the business. By the 2nd month, we hit a rank in Young Living that a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, like we hit the rank of silver within 2 months of purchasing our premium starter kit. 2 months. You guys, that rank usually takes people like a few years to do.
And we still didn't really know how to use the oils. It was crazy.
Like, what is going on? We don't even know. Like, we didn't, and I was told that I could get this $2,500 bonus of oils if we did this within 6 months. And I'm like, well, I don't think we can do this again, Tim. I don't understand how this works. And so we have to do it now. Like, we have to do it now. So I just started talking to people about oils and about the products that Young Living carries, about thieves, about bringing stuff into your home and getting out the junk. And by this point, I'm like, well, this stuff works. Like, you know, I had a headache. It worked. I mean, you tell me your sciatica story. Like,
Yeah, I had that, or even my nose would always allergies and things like that. I started becoming a peppermint sniffer. You know, I was sniffing it 2 or 3 times a day, and just clearing it out so much. I started handing it out to people at work. You know, at a trucking company. Hey, man, have a little peppermint. Sniff it, and whoa, holy cow! You know, so the whole place smelled like peppermint. You know, but we finally realized, man, these things are incredible.
yeah, we were like utterly convinced that they work. I mean, we saw them work on Tim's allergies and on his sciatica. We were seeing them work on my cramps and just on other issues. We were seeing them help the boys sleep, which, hello, is amazing for parents. And so I was just telling people all these stories, and we built this business in 2 months. And within 7 months of signing up for that starter kit, we actually went to the rank of gold, which is also unheard of. Like, it usually takes people years to do that. But we were just like, we really felt like this is what we had to do. We didn't have another choice. Like Tim mentioned already, we didn't want him like coming in from work and then going out and doing another 3 jobs during the week. We just didn't want to do that. So we knew it could be built around me. And I did a lot of the legwork, and he did a lot of the homework. And between the 2 of us, we built a business which is lasting. And the neat thing about this business, with the Young Living business, is not only is it willable to our kids, but the work that we did in the beginning, we are still getting paid on. And that, you guys, is true residual income. Like, if you've never had residual income, this is the best thing ever. So I blogged for a long time. I still have a blog, and I still make money off of that blog. I still make money off of YouTube videos I did 8 years ago. That is what they call residual income. But residual income is not just for famous people or influencers or celebrities with CDs and that kind of thing, or people who write books and authors. Residual income is possible for each of us. And once I realized that Young Living could just be a vehicle for us to have another stream of income coming into this house, we were completely sold. And even just a few months in, we were like, okay, we're going to retire Tim. We're going to bring him home from the trucking company. We're going to retire Tim. And within 2.5 years of him, and we, bearing in mind, we had all this debt, so we could have done this quicker, but within 2.5 years of me signing up with Young Living for that starter kit, we brought Tim home from work because during my second year with Young Living, I was pregnant with Gabriella. And I don't enjoy being pregnant. Tim likes to say, I'm not the greatest pregnant person on the block. Pretty rough to be around while I'm pregnant. And so I had a rough pregnancy, and I was homeschooling the boys, and we were like, he would come home from work after long days at work, 50-hour weeks at work, at a very physical labor job, and I'm sitting there on my phone, and he's like, wait a second, you're making more than I'm making, sitting there on your smartphone, pregnant, like with your legs up on the couch. I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of how my pregnancies roll. And we realized just the power of this business. Like, oh my goodness, like we can build it when we want to, we can go hard at it when we want to. And then when we need to give it freedom, to us, that is true freedom. When we need to give it space, we can give it space. And so for the 9 months I was pregnant, I didn't work that hard, right? I mean, we did some stuff, but I was not working as hard. But I felt like it's the kind of business, like Tim mentioned, with his promotions and with his raises, you get them every so often from your boss. For us, with a network marketing company and a business like this, we choose when we want to get a promotion. So when we want to get a promotion and we get into hustle mode and we're like, okay, we're going to work again, we see our check increase. So after I had Gabriella, we hit another rank with Young Living, the rank of platinum. We are now in the, 0.0002% of the company, like, for hitting this. Not only that, but you guys, tell them, we have scored some amazing trips, right?
Yeah, we've you've been to Utah to see the farms over there. Um, you've also went to Spokane or Idaho to be able to see the farms over there. All expenses paid for that. We've won a week long cruise to Belize and Honduras. And also we went to Ecuador, where we both got actually to go there, and they just pampered us, and it was really amazing, just truly amazing.
Jet skiing and quads and that kind of thing, which is totally up our alley. We had so much fun together, and I love that we can do that, and it's part of our business. It's part of like our bonus. It's a company that has treated us so well with free trips, so well with the way that they pay us, the way they love on us, and really like we've been able to live the life of our dreams. Like, we get to travel now. We take our kids road schooling. We did a 16-state trip in 2016 where we basically just traveled part of America, and we showed the kids all these different experiences. We didn't have to send him to a 9-to-5 job. Like, Tim was home with us, and we were doing the homeschool together. And so we were showing the kids all this stuff, and I would, work from my phone, check in sometimes. But there was a week there where I literally shut my phone off for the week. We had no communication with the outside world. It was just us on a beach in Florida. I mean, I love the beauty of that we can work when we want to work, and then take a step back when we want to step back. But we consistently show up for this business. Tim and I have consistently showed up now for since we started, really, because we know the power of residual income, and we've been able to harness it through Young Living. And I just want to encourage you, if you don't yet have a residual income as a stream of income, I want to highly encourage you to look at this business, because the beauty of having something that you work hard at in the beginning and then it keeps paying you on is just, there's nothing like it whatsoever. And we would love to discuss with you more about Young Living and what it's done for our family and more of the facts and figures. You can actually find out some of the, if you're curious, what does gold mean? What does platinum mean? Like, how much can you actually make with this company? You can go to www.youngliving.com/IDS. That will give you the income disclosure statement. For any more information on what Tim and I do, you can visit my website at claireboone.com. And we would love to open this discussion, discuss it with you more. Like, this has just been such a great opportunity for us. We are constantly bringing new people onto our team and constantly helping them live the life of their dreams. And we would love for you to be that next person. So reach out to us, and or you can even email me over at mummydeals@yahoo.com. Or get in touch with me through this video, and we really hope to talk to you in the future. You guys have an awesome day. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.